Well, it is really difficult to fight for democracy in any shape or form. Some people go and do real protests. Some people do it through singing. Now, we were talking to Oliver Ma, a busker who usually perform in Mong Kwok and also Central area. In the first episode, he mentioned he was arrested 2 times over a short few weeks period. He is not doing any more busking for the next little while, but what is next for Oliver? He is 21 and will be turning 22 in January next year. So let's go back with the second part and final part of the dialogue. Oliver, it's good to have you back.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, Mid-Autumn Festival is coming up, and they got your music instruments, and I just saw you bought another guitar, and then you have not come into reconciliation with the people at the newsstand. Definitely it's difficult. That is a very good spot, and even during the extradition protests months of last year, I saw you sometimes doing busking in the evening, and then you do have a very good crowd. Sometimes you usually get the largest crowd. It's when you play Glory to Hong Kong, or I don't know whether you play Les Miserables, some of the more famous songs like you hear people sing. So people get inspired by these songs because people are down. People, especially after the national security law is enacted, a lot of people get lost and they don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. So back to the second part. Why are you handcuffing yourself now?
Yeah,
is it symbolic of something?
So this is actually what I'm wearing right now to this interview is what I've been wearing the second time that I got arrested. So this whole thing is an outfit. Ignore the handcuff for a moment. Look at my outfit. Like, what do I look like? Like white and striped and all.
You look like a sailor.
So what?
A sailor.
Okay, I didn't think about that. But
a prisoner, definitely.
Yeah. So my idea was basically like a prisoner outfit, because this is the first time that I got to perform in the street since I got arrested the first time.
Yeah.
And I have this toy handcuff with me. So this toy handcuff, what it actually means is people can have their own interpretations, but when I wore this handcuff just to kind of make myself look like a prisoner, because right now I feel like anybody in Hong Kong right now, especially under the national security law, we could be criminalized for anything now, like any absurd things. For example, even the cops even have to come up to musicians like me, street musicians like me, who have been doing their exact same thing for years, but because of this law, they're starting to just give me full body pat downs in public and arresting me. So this is what it means. Yeah. This is a social commentary. So
right, it is a draconian law, and as you know, this is an unjust law. It's like Beijing's law. It's extending to Hong Kong. Supposedly, we have a 15 years non-intervention policy, and it's shortened to 23 years. And then on June 30th, Hong Kong is certified.
Hold on.
Dead.
Sorry. I just want to clarify that this handcuff is not really real. So it's really just a toy. If you just kind of pull something, you can just. Yeah. There's a little button that you can pull that it just lets go.
Right. So my son play with it all the time.
So in case the cops try to, because they're still kind of having my other handcuff.
Yeah.
For inspection. This is the exact same one. So they try to make it look like an actual weapon, then just in case.
Of course, the one used by the cops, they are real. You need a key to open it.
Who knows? Like, the cops have also been known for, I guess, replacing the actual evidence with something. So I just wanted to clarify this. So.
Well, were you feeling a little bit surprised or upset when you were like handcuffed? Was it the first time you got handcuffed?
It was the first time that I got handcuffed, the first time I got arrested.
Yeah.
So, of course, at the time, I felt humiliated.
Yes, of course.
because I was just there performing and just doing my usual thing, and being arrested. Maybe not directly because of it, but I know that it's because of it. It's because I have a voice. That they just want to handcuff anybody with a voice or a voice different from the government's point of view. So,
You know there are like 11 Hong Kong and Beijing officials who are being sanctioned by the U.S. government right now. Probably hear about that, right? And the list could be further extended. It is political, as you know. This is not about you doing the busking, but it's also about the long arm of China, that we don't enjoy the same level of freedom that we used to. So nothing we can do about it. And if we are too afraid,
I think it's personally,
nothing we can do.
I think it's personally because the cops have always been attacking me. I really believe that it's beyond politics at this point. If you are going to interfere with musicians, with artists, I think that's beyond politics already. That's already stepping into the world of music. And that's why I believe there's so much more than just politics as well.
Yeah.
But of course it's there.
Right.
But this is why I'm being very vocal about it now.
Well, the song itself is still okay, like Glory to Hong Kong. I don't know whether the lyrics are okay in Chinese, I think. If they are public protests, which I don't think there will be for the next little while, I think the lyrics are banned in Chinese, but the English one I think is quite universal. Otherwise, everything can be banned deliberately. Yeah. And I know we have something to prepare for people who watch this channel, because a lot of people were asking around, where's Oliver? No more showing near Lot by Far. But I guess you will stay put for the next little while, as you said.
So, actually, after I got arrested the second time, it took me a while to just sort of get myself back together, because I was, when you get arrested, you don't just simply get out of jail and then just go on with your day. No, you need a few days to just really make sense of everything, especially when you have done nothing wrong.
Yeah.
I really took a few weeks to just calm down first, just hang out with my friends, talk to my family.
How long were you at the police station the second time?
Yeah, so on the second time, I was actually, we didn't talk about it just. You can put this in the first video, I guess. The second time that I got arrested, I was under police. I was detained by the police even longer. So I was detained for a total of 28, 29 hours-ish, 30, around 30. So why was that long? So what happened was, I was arrested the second time. When I was arrested the second time, they got me to the police station, just outside of it. Before they let anybody in the police station, they would check your temperature. So they were checking my temperature at the time, and I just happened to have had a fever, or a high temperature, basically high body temperature. So, they might have thought it was something that was maybe something even more serious, but it was not. But anyway.
Did they beat you up inside the station?
No.
No. Nothing like that. It's not the movie, right?
Not yet.
So, very civilized.
They were civilized. So they were trying to get me, because I guess my temperature was high at the time, because it was very hot at the time.
So there was no air conditioning inside the station?
And I was under the sun for 2 hours.
Yeah.
So naturally my temperature would be higher.
Of course, it'll be like 38 degrees.
But no, they did not take me inside the station because my temperature was too high.
Yeah.
So what they did was, the police did try to help me with calming down my temperature.
Yeah.
They were trying to give me like a small electric fan. Maybe they would even give me cold water to drink. They even went as far as getting me seated in front of a very big fan to blow at me. They did all that they could outside of the police station, but at the end of the day, my body temperature was still too high for them.
Okay.
So they had no choice, I guess, but to call the ambulance to get me to Queen Mary's Hospital. So, so when they got me to the Queen Mary's Hospital, I was there around 4 p.m. In the afternoon, and I checked in there, and I was still checking in. So basically, from 4 p.m. to like maybe 2 in the morning, I was still not officially passed to the hospital. So during that time, I was still under police custody. So basically, even when I arrived at the hospital, my temperature, according to the doctors, was also high. But nothing was wrong with me. Nothing was physically. There was no symptoms. There were no symptoms to really justify that I was really sick. But the fever, it was coming from somewhere that they didn't know. And I guess I had a fast heartbeat for some reason. It was higher than normal.
But let me ask you something very direct, and since we are subject to time constraint, do you trust the Hong Kong police right now? I mean, after the national security law is enacted, and with the current political environment, you are at a high risk of getting arrested for no reason. Do you think the legal system is fair, and do you trust the police? Because you always confront with them, no matter where you perform. Do they act differently after the NSL is enacted?
Yeah, definitely. I really do not trust the Hong Kong police, especially since the national security law. Because before that, I still had a little bit of trust in them.
Benefit of the doubt.
It's the benefit
that the rule of
doubt.
law is intact.
Because when I was still singing, when I was still continue to sing, they really had no reason to arrest me.
To arrest you, yeah.
And I was very confident, that if I just kept singing, I'm protected under freedom of expression. It's in the basic law.
Yeah.
So they really had no reason. So all the cops could really do is harass me or leave. So it was them who would always have to leave usually. And then all of a sudden, national security law came, and then all of a sudden they can just arrest you now for criminal intimidation, obstructing police, all these absurd reasons. So that's why, ever since it really affected me personally, I thought, I would, of course, I would hear about arbitrary arrests, or arrests in general in protests, or, so on and so forth, because I guess they're usually those that get arrested are pro-democracy. Usually, sometimes I think always pro-democracy, and I think, but because they're attacking me now, they're targeting me, and my busking. Again, I really think that it's beyond politics at this point.
Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah.
They could also be attacking the lady who's playing the violin. So
yes.
Lots of people on the target list, so to speak. But thank you very much for speaking up. We're gonna be playing a few notes before and after the show, so people know more about who you are, why we're doing this, and we're gonna stop now.
No more tears on our land. In breath that's the spell we make our stand. Arise, ye who would not be slaves again. For Hong Kong may freedom reign. Though deep is the dread that lies ahead, yet still with our faith on we tread. Can't you feel the voice grow silver more? For Hong Kong, make glory reign. Stars may fade as darkness fills the air. Through the mist, a solitary trumpet flares. Now to arms for freedom we fight. With all might we strike. With valor, wisdom, both we strive. Break now the dawn, liberate our Hong Kong. In common breath, revolution of our times. May people reign proud and free, now and evermore. Glory be to thee, Hong Kong. Glory be to our